And we are back in Dearborn Heights. The Robichaud Bulldogs doing battle with the Kennedy Eagles in a very physical first half. The Kennedy Eagles were able to get a slight lead as they lead 24-20. And the most alarming stat from the first half, the Eagles were 4 for 7 from the free throw line, while the Bulldogs were 0 for 4. And that is really the difference in the game. Thanks to Chris Kwiatkowski, for my statistician, for getting me that information.
At the beginning of the second half of play, the score stands the Bulldogs 20 and the Eagles 24.
So we are getting ready to begin the second half. And I'll have this opportunity. I'd like to thank Antonio Green for taking some time during halftime to have a short interview with me. Antonio Green, of course, a graduate from Robichaud High School, who now plays for the Eagles of Eastern Michigan. So Bonham has the ball. And you know the Eagles are going to try and keep up the same defense that they had in the first half. Robert Clark can't control it, gets the ball out to Holloway. And it does get knocked out of bounds, but the ball will go back to the Bulldogs. So the inbound goes to Robert Clark. Lorenzo Bonham has it for the Bulldogs. Gives it up to Rogers. Rogers working against Foster. Gives it back to Bonham. Back over to Rogers. Bulldogs try to go inside. They do have a bigger lineup. Robert Clark and Khalid Spicer is on the floor at the same time. Spicer playing with 2 fouls. So Vernon Crump trying to slow things down here. Rogers gets an open 3. No good. Rebound by Spicer. And gets the rebound to go down. Khalid Spicer's first points of the game. And on the other end, John Hubble gets that shot to go down. So Vernon Crump choosing to go with some half-court defense, or half-court offense, slowing tempo down. The first half, bodies were flying everywhere. Tempo was really high. But the Bulldogs here in the second half coming out and really trying to play methodical offense with good ball movement and getting open shots.
Stay on him, stay on him.
Robert Clark gets over to Rogers. Rogers gets it back at the free-throw line. Back over to Bonham. Going inside to Spicer. Gets knocked away by Hubble, and the Eagles are on the run-on. Can't get to go down. Rebounded there by Foster. And the Eagles dribble that ball out of bounds, and it will go back to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs trail by 4, 5:40 left in the game. Bonham on the drive. Once again, good defense by the Eagles. Bulldogs get the ball back. And Robert Clark gets that shot to go down. And the Bulldogs trail by just 2. 5:17 left in the game. On the drive by Kennedy, Aaron Hayes rebounded by Devin White, and he puts it back. On the other side, Spicer can't get the shot to go down. Holloway has it. Holloway gets it knocked away. And the Eagles get the ball back. Going inside again to Devin White. This time he can't get it to go down. Spicer gets the rebound. And the Bulldogs once again slowing things down. Robert Clark gets the ball knocked away. And it will stay with the Bulldogs. So Bonham trying to get inside to Spicer. Can't get it. Clark going back inside to Spicer. Turnaround gun, no good. Rebound by Kennedy. Rogers steps in front of that one. Goes to Bonham, no good. Bonham gets his own rebound. Over to Kyle Holloway. Hook shot, no good. And Bonham picking up the garbage, able to get that shot to go down. And Coach Vernon Crump wants a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. So now that we've a little quick break in the action, I did mention that the Bulldogs are wearing pink socks. And if you notice, all the Bulldog coaching staff is wearing white shoes. Once again, that is for Coaches versus Cancer here tonight in Dearborn Heights. Some of the proceeds from the concessions are going to cancer awareness. A great program here at Robichaud High School by the Bulldogs. So action getting ready to heat back up here. Kennedy has the ball after the timeout. Gets over to Dunson. Dunson goes inside. Layup no good. That missed by Bobby Benz. Rebounded there by Brandon Jordan, and he gets a shot to go down. And the Bulldogs once again trail by 4. Back and forth action here at Robichaud High School. Both teams going at each other hard. Bulldogs got to an early lead, but the Eagles were able to get it back, and they now lead by 4. Bonham has it for the Eagles, for the Bulldogs. Bonham on the drive. Finger roll is good. Which will bring the Bulldogs within 2. And they're going to call a double dribble on the Eagles, which will mean right now the Bulldogs will have a chance to tie or take the lead with 3:12 left in the third quarter. Bonham gets over to Kyle Holloway. Holloway working against Aaron Hayes. Bonham gets over to Rogers at the top of the three-point line. Back over to Clark. Clark gets over to Rogers. To Kalik Spicer. And Spicer throws the ball away. Almost getting our crew into the action. And the ball will go to Kennedy. .236 left in the third quarter. Eagles lead by 2. 30-28. I'm Derek Kerr here in Dearborn Heights, bringing you all the action from this explosive matchup here tonight. Nice pass there by Aaron Hayes, going inside to Brandon Jordan. And once again, the Eagles lead by 4, which has been kind of the story of this game. The Eagles keep getting about that 4-point cushion, but they can't extend it. Give a lot of credit to the Bulldogs for hanging in there. And Holloway trying to go inside to Spicer. And they are going to get Bobby Benz with the foul. That's his first personal, first team foul of the second half. And Robert Clark steps out of bounds, so the ball will go back to Kennedy.
The third quarter play.
Kennedy leads by 4, 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Dunson has it for the Eagles. Pass over to Foster. Foster kicks it out to Aaron Hayes. Back over to Dunson. Now it looks like the Eagles are trying to slow things up here a little bit, similar to what the Bulldogs are doing early in the second half. And Bobby Benz throws that ball away, and it will go to the Eagles. And Darius Phillips checking into the game for the Bulldogs. He's going to replace Kyle Halloway. Phillips, who has 4 points in the first half, seeing his first action of the second half. Bonham on the drive, finger roll, no good. And Phillips gets that rebound. Bonham with the quick crossover and throws the ball into the Eagles bench. And Deshaun Pickett now checking in for the Eagles.
As well as number 2, Robbie Crawford.
And Robert Crawford checking into the game for the Bulldogs. He's going to replace Lorenzo Bonham. .52 seconds left here in the third quarter. Eagles with a slim 4-point lead. Blocked by Khalid Spicer. Aaron Hayes got around the defense, but Khalid Spicer never giving up on the play, able to make a great block and get the ball back to the Bulldogs. 35 seconds now left in the third. David Rogers with a 3. David Rogers has only made 2 baskets in the game, but both of them big 3-pointers. And Kennedy coming unglued a little bit, travels, and the Bulldogs will have an opportunity here to take the lead. They trail by 1, 19 seconds left in the third. You gotta think they'll look for the last shot. Spicer ends up with the ball, tries to jam it. And they're gonna get Devin White with the foul. That's his first personal, second team foul. And Khalid Spicer will step to the line. And how big are these free throws? Can't get the first one to go down. The Bulldogs have not made a free throw in this whole game. They are 0 for 5 from the charity stripe. And thankfully, Khalid Spicer ends that streak. The pass picked off by the Bulldogs. 9 seconds in the third quarter. Working hard on the inside was Darius Phillips. And they call a travel, which will give the ball back to the Eagles. 6 seconds left in the third. The Eagles trying to throw it way up court. It does go out of bounds. 3.9 seconds left in the third, and we are all tied up.
Eagles is a 30-second timeout.
And Coach John Maxson wants a timeout to settle his troops a little bit. The Bulldogs have trailed by 4 basically this whole game. But they've tied it up here in the third quarter, 3.9 seconds left. And they will get the ball. Kennedy on the inbound. Bulldogs steal a half-court shot, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, we are all tied up here. Eagles 32, Bulldogs 32. Strap yourselves in. Go call a friend. You do not want to miss this fourth quarter.